In this video I'm going to look at index law 3 and the zero power. So let's look at law 3. Law 3 says anything to the power of something to the power of something else equals those powers multiplied together. Okay, an example with that would be if I had 2 to the power of 6 to the power of 3 would be 2 to the power of 6 times 3, which is 2 to the power of 18. So why is that so? An example would be if I had a to the power of 2 and then all of that to the power of 3. That means everything inside the brackets to the power of 3. So everything inside the brackets times itself 3 times. So that is a squared times a squared times a squared. And we know from law 1 that when we're multiplying and the bases are the same, we can just add the powers. So that's a to the 6. So the law says a to the 2 times 3, which is 6. Another example that you need to be careful of is if I have a number inside my brackets as well, what is to the power of what? So this means everything in the brackets to the power of 3. So if I would have 2a squared times 2a squared times 2a squared. You should know from algebra that we can multiply the 2's, 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Okay, which is 2 to the power of 3 is 8. And then we can add these indices here, a to the 6. So just be careful of that, which is different if I had 2a to the 2 to the 3, because only here the 2 to the 3 is multiplied. Okay, let's look at the zero law. The zero law says anything to the power of 0 equals 1. Why? If I go back to law 2 and I say a to the 3 divided by a to the 3, that would be the same as writing a to the 3 over a to the 3. And we know from law 2 that we would go a to the 3 minus 3, which is a to the 0. But if we take it here and I multiply it out, a times a times a over a times a times a, each one of these can cancel. A over a is 1 over 1. A over a is 1 over 1. And a over a is 1 over 1. So when I multiply those out, I end up with 1 over 1, which we know is 1. So zero law says anything to the power of 0 is 1. So if I have 7 to the power of 0 equals 1. 9 to the 0 equals 1. B to the 0 equals 1. Trick is, if I have 5b to the 0, that actually means 5 times b to the 0, which is 5 times 1. I'll move that up, sorry about that. 5b to the 0 equals 5 times b to the 0 equals 5 times 1, which is 5. Alright, thanks for that.